Alrighty, welcome back for the final week of the XPL Madison Overwatch season from the winter. The Madison Marvels playing against the Nashville Nomads today. We will see who is able to come out on top and get this last victory here. And so, to start off with,
now entering.
just like last game for the silver, we will be playing on Knight's Row on the hybrid game type. We've seen this game type before, one where they will first try to capture the point in the center and then move on to try to move the cart all the way to the end of the track. And as we get going here, just wanted to update on everyone on how XP League is doing right now. We have tryouts for both Overwatch and Rocket League coming January 23rd at both the Code Ninjas Sunprey location as well as our new location at Edgewood College on the west side of Madison. So if you are interested in signing up for that, you may do so at xpleague.gg/Wisconsin. Back to the game though, we see Madison coming out with a fairly typical team composition here that we've seen in the past. One notable substitution, Ghost from our Madison Marvel Silver team will be joining us today as the Genji. It looks like his main champion. He is a Genji and occasionally also plays Sombra. So we start out both out the gate here. Looks like that Mercy might be in a little bit of trouble there. Got stunned, but manages to get behind her team. But two go down to that Reinhardt. Third go down for Madison. The Genji gets one elimination, but it doesn't look like it will be enough. Madison is now outnumbered, and it looks like they might just take this single point here. It is very hard for the defending team to defend this first point because their spawn point is so far away, and it looks like they will just give up this first point here as the Nashville Nomads take the first objective, and now we'll have to move the cart down the track. And it looks like they're actually moving up fairly aggressively here, trying to get the Madison team to respawn again. But it looks like Madison actually gets a pick on that Zarya. But then the Mercy actually gets taken out by the Reinhardt. Another one goes down. Looks like the Nomads got 3 eliminations there though. And they will continue moving forward. The Genji still alive, but gets quickly taken out by the McCree. McCree being a very good champion to counter that Genji because he's able to stun the enemy and get those shots in without much contention there. Now onto the hard part for the attacking team is coming down this character. We will see how they affect that here. Frost with the Riptire gets one elimination onto the support. Not a bad target for sure. And it looks like an ult comes out from the Nomads, from that Moira, giving that healing and large damage beam, and ends up taking out 3 of Madison, and they just keep on going here. See if Madison's able. They seem to have forgotten that they need to push the cart. Going back for that. Looks like Genji going in there trying to stall them just a little bit longer. Can he escape? It looks like he's able to. Take our view to Dreamer here on the Diva. Taking up that frontline position, trying to prevent them from moving forward here. See the Resurrection comes on to him there, but it looks like a big combo here from the Nomads with that Zarya ult plus the McCree ultimate there, and Lin lays a few. But we have the ultimate ability from Ghost here on the Genji. Can he get any eliminations here? Looks like he took down the healer. Good pick there, but then is taken out himself. But Madison looking like they are moving up a little bit closer, a little bit more confident. Frost gets an elimination, as well as Luigi on that Reinhardt gets another couple of eliminations there on the 2 tanks. And it looks like Madison has held them off for now. Madison having the spawn point so close gives them an advantage here, so that they're able to quickly reinforce. It looks like an ult comes out from Poison Apple, giving out that huge amount of healing. We hear another Riptire come out from Frost, and it doesn't actually get anyone there. Somehow the McCree was able to avoid that. And it looks like the Nomads are going to move up here again. Although we got the D.Va ultimate again. Does not find anyone as they all hide behind that corner. But anything to do to stall. Looks like the Nomads have a little bit more charge on all of their ultimate abilities, which will come up next. Which does not look good for Madison, however. We see that they get eliminated here, unfortunately, and I'm not sure that they're going to be able to hold it off. We got Ghost in the back here trying to buy some time for the team to respawn. Will he be able to do so? He's doing a pretty good job of it. Allowing time for Frost to get those grenades in there. Someone's got to get in there to heal. But unfortunately, he is taken out, and that Reinhardt from Luigi is now the new gate holder here, but he is quickly eliminated too. And it looks like the Nomads will be taking this first point here, getting it to the end of the track. So now we will switch sides, and the Madison team will be the attacking team here. You can see that the McCree was extremely potent against the Madison team composition there. Being able to stun characters that are extremely mobile but weak is a downside to the composition that Madison brought to the table here.
Ready for battle. Never stop fighting for what you believe in.
And it does look like a little bit of a different composition from the Madison team. A good choice, in my opinion. We have the Ana support able to do some long-range healing and healing reduction as well to the enemy team, which will be good for that Moira as she puts out a bunch of healing to the team. And then we also have the Sombra from Frost, able to hack opponents, get rid of any annoying utility abilities that the enemy team might have. And then we also have Ghost on the Reaper as opposed to the Genji, a better choice for dealing with that McCree for sure.
One. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Madison coming up here. We have the Sombra in the back here trying to get some good positioning. Hacks the Lucio for the reduced healing, but unfortunately no one was able to take him out there. But we got a couple of eliminations to start off with from the Madison side. 3 eliminations, and now it is a heavily outnumbered fight. Madison just has to clean up the rest of the enemy team here, and it looks like they're going to be able to. Will they be able to heal? They will be able to get through that healing, and once again we see extremely favorable to the attacking side here, able to get this entire point just right off the bat without too much contention there. Just one team fight is all it took to take that first point there, and now they will escort the payload for the rest of the time here. Oh, it looks like an ult tried to come out from Luigi there, but was canceled unfortunately halfway through. But we have the ult from the Ana making that D.Va supercharged, but she still gets taken down unfortunately. The Nomads pushing up quite far here when the spawn point is just right there. Not sure how great of an idea that is, but we will see how that turns out for them. Madison just staying back, trying to regroup here. You see the Sombra going around the side, trying to get a favorable position here, hacking the Moira for the healing, and is able to get right back to where she was before. But is met with the Zyra. Definitely not a matchup you want to be taking here. Looks like the Nomad team are doing a good job of keeping them from getting to the point again. Madison will need to find a way to get through this initial fight here. Looks like the Zyra gets pinned by the Reinhardt, but with the shield it doesn't do too much. And we have the ult from the Reinhardt right at the gates. And we have the D.Va ultimate. Ends up getting 2 eliminations right there. That might be just what the Madison team needs to get this push going forward. We have the Reaper over here on the side, getting ready for some high input damage, but gets stunned. But like I said, a better counter to that McCree, as he's able to go into a phase mode right afterwards. But it looks like the Nomad team was able to recover from those 2 eliminations from the D.Va and have once again stopped the Madison team from regressing here. And it looks like Frost actually ended up making a switch there, but that Zarya ultimate from the Nomads was perfectly placed and captured most of the marbles there. But we have the Death Blossom from Ghost, gets 2 eliminations there, a couple of pretty important targets as well. Perhaps able to take this as an advantage, which it looks like they're going to be able to push this target forward finally. And they are trying to take out that Zyra, end up doing so. And it looks like they might actually be able to bring it all the way to the tunnel before they're able to be contested. You see, there's actually a Doomfist behind them. Not really sure what his plan is here. Is spotted by the D.Va. And most likely will be taken out, unless he uses his ultimate like that to get out of the way. But goes right back into the thick of it. Fight moving back towards the Madison spawn once again. We got the 2 damage up here waiting for the rest of the team. And it looks like Madison's Mercy should be healing here. So a lot of low health champions on the Madison side. And it looks like an ult from the Madison Doomfist, getting in there, getting a couple of eliminations here. Trying to fight off that Zarya. Ends up doing so, pushing her out of the way, handing him off to the Reaper. 2 damage characters trying to eliminate here. Gets the McCree actually. Good job from Ghost there for that pick. It looks like they ended up dealing with the Reinhardt in the back as well. Takes down the Zarya as well, and Madison once again moving forward here with the points. Looks like an ult coming out from the Moira. Needs to be eliminated here to prevent all of that damage, but she's proving to be quite a slippery target here and actually ends up getting back. And we got the ult from the Franklin team, another ult from the Franklin team, a 3rd one from the Franklin team. And it looks like they used all of their ults, a 4th one as well, to try to stop this push. One has to think whether that was too much of a commitment or not. We will have to see. The D.Va trying to save the Reaper, but was unable to do so. And Madison actually only has 20 seconds left, so those ultimates might have been the nail in the coffin for the Madison team. Can they get back in time for the overtime? That is the question. It looks like they will be able to. The Doomfist with a bunch of mobility, able to use his ult, getting the elimination onto that Lucio is pretty good. And then we have the ultimate from the Reaper, gets 3 eliminations there. A great ultimate from Ghost and also from Frost there. And now with the Nomads outnumbered, they will once again start pushing here. So they will get to this 2nd point and get off of overtime. And they now have 1 minute and 30 seconds now remaining. And Madison pushing up here It's once again sort of forgetting about the cart. Gotta keep it moving. Looks like Doomfist is here to move the cart along. The support's a little bit out of position here, ends up getting picked off. But Madison in return does take out the Reaper. An excellent ult from that Reinhardt from the Nomads. Ends up getting all 5 of them there. And unfortunately, that means they will take that fight very handily.
Don't mess with me.
And now Madison will have to regroup here as well.
This is my will.
Alright, Madison, this will probably be their last push here. They have to get here. They have the ult from the from the McCree. Ends up getting no one, it appears. Pretty even fight so far, but it looks like it's heading in the Nomad's favor. Ghost trying to push the point a little bit further up. Although the Marvels only have 10 seconds remaining here. And oh wow, an excellent ultimate from Luigi here, getting 3, just what they needed to turn this fight around. And it looks like this next fight will be going in Madison's favor. Ends up getting eliminated, but quickly revived by Poison Apple there. A great job. And Madison is now pushing this point forward into overtime. Can they reach the end here? They must eliminate every single one here so that they can't stop it, but it looks like the Moira is doing a good job of preventing them from getting this point any further. And then we have the ult coming out from the Lucio. A couple of eliminations come out. Madison still has their ults, so they should be using it. Looks like one goes down to that Diva ult, but it looks like that is all she wrote for the Madison team, and the Nomads win this first round. A close match there, almost reaching to the end to go into the tiebreaker, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it there. And looks like the Doomfist from the Nomad side got the play of the game. He was honestly playing extremely well the entire game, focused, doing a great job of both surviving and doing a bunch of damage here. Ends up getting 3 eliminations. Doomfist, a very powerful character, if he's able to get that damage in. And you see that healing from the Moira extremely high there as well. And as we switch up the lineups, we will be right back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ref it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by me. Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve, and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Fruit Steve!
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of a team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. I need you. Nice.
Alrighty, and welcome back for the second round. But the Nomads are up by 1 in this best of 3 from that last one. A close fight on both sides, but the Marvels were not able to make it to the very end there. Now, the Marvels will start on the attacking side this time. Very similar map to last time, but with a lot more vertical space. But it is very open on the sides here. You can see there are a lot of vantage points to be taken advantage of, as well as a lot of indoor areas that might prove useful for flanks and other such tactics. It looks like both teams sporting somewhat similar team compositions here. We have the Winston over on the Nomad side as a change, which just made me realize I'm on the wrong side.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. Never stop fighting.
And from the Madison side, we have the Genji back from Ghost, bringing that character back. And then we have the Mercy as well, a good character to use for Poison Apple, getting that healing in, very essential. Looks like Madison is just charging right in there. We have a lot of people on the high ground, and it looks like Luigi ends up getting taken out right away, but is quickly revived from the Mercy. And both sides taking little by little off. Looks like the Resurrection comes out from the Nomad side to resurrect that monkey. It looks like the Nomads will be coming out on top with that Resurrection. Madison trying to retreat to the back to regroup, as the first push has failed. Both sides charging up their special abilities. It looks like Ghost, or it looks like Frost actually, changed back to the Doomfist there. Sombra was not doing it for him. Doomfist being a much more heads-on approach type of character. It looks like we have the Reinhardt once again going in there. That's too far. There's not too much healing for him, as the rest of his team is stuck behind trying to deal with this Winston who used his ult. It looks like another one goes down for Madison. The Genji up there on the high ground. Madison doesn't really have a whole lot of damage available right now with that Genji gone. The Doomfist is still able to do a little bit, but he is once again waiting for the rest of his team here. The ult comes out from the McCree, gets one elimination. The rest of the Marvels going to get eliminated. We have the ult from the Diva. Ends up getting that Genji actually, but is quickly revived afterwards. We have our Genji now in the mix, trying to do some damage, but will be eliminated by that Winston. Hard to dodge the shots of a Winston, considering that they are just an electric field going around, that he doesn't necessarily have to aim it perfectly to get those shots off. So Winston is a good counter to that Genji. Looks like an ult comes out from the Mercy on the Nomad side. We have a Meteor Strike from the Doomfist, and the ult from the Franklin Nomads Diva, but doesn't seem to do too much. We have the pin and the ult onto the Diva there, gets her out of her mech, and it looks like the Madison Marvels are able to take this victory here, getting some key eliminations, and they ended up wiping the team there, and we'll probably get this point here.
Thank you.
Stop the payload.
And now that they have gotten the point, they will start moving towards the objective on the cart. Looks like both teams are fairly even in ultimate abilities right now, so not too much to see here in terms of disparities in the team fight that'll be coming up here next. Looks like Madison has a slight advantage on some of their ultimates. It looks like the monkey uses his ultimate. Winston gets the pin off to prevent him from doing too much more damage, but he is still going strong and ends up getting a couple of eliminations with the help of the Genji in the background. And it looks like Madison might have to regroup here. We get one elimination from the Genji from Madison from Ghost. Looks like the Ana trying to fight for her life here, but it will... She actually ends up taking down the Genji with her with the help of the D.Va. A excellent trade there. And ends up getting revived anyways from that Mercy. And then we have the ult coming out from Poison Apple to get that extra amount of healing in, moving the enemy team back, forcing them to kind of not contest them at all. And we have this D.Va up in the top ground here. We have the battle of the D.Vas now. See which one wins. Appears that Dreamer is winning this battle, and it looks like, yes, she does win it, and they try to escape. But she goes back to the rest of her team, while Madison doesn't have too much in terms of attacking power, but the D.Va ultimate ends up getting only one in the middle of all of that. Must have ended up getting clipped there, but we still have a lot of damage coming from the Madison side. See how they can do to clean up the rest of the players here. We have the healers that needs to be taken out. That does get taken out by the Doomfist, and Doomfist once again doing a bunch of damage, but the ultimate comes out from Franklin to try to get that extra healing in. And it looks like it might be enough to save them for now, but Madison is trying to get to this last point. They're literally inches away. Just trying to get these last eliminations on the enemy, which they are doing a good job of. Honestly, the Nomads are basically just giving them free charge of their ultimate abilities right now. But the ult comes out from the D.Va. Ends up getting no one, but the McCree still ends up getting one elimination there. And Madison literally 0.01 meters away. Literally 1 meter away from getting this point. Somehow this is not considered on it, but the Madison team needs to move it just a little bit further as their players get back for the reinforcements. And it looks like that they might be doing this. D.Va gets her mech back, which is very good for her. We have the revivals coming in from both teams here. Really hard to say who is winning this. Both teams have 2 players eliminated for good. No revivals left for either team, I believe. And it looks like Madison might be coming out on top here with these last couple of eliminations. And they do end up making it to the payload, getting that extra minute 26 seconds left on the clock to move it to this last payload. And Madison doing a great job there. Definitely have the ultimate ability advantage here, as they have been doing a very good job of pacing their ults, making sure that they're using them at the correct time to get these critical team fights in their favor. And so both teams, we got the resurrection, but and we got the D.Va ultimate, ends up getting one person, I believe. A lot of stuff going on here. Madison doing a great job, though, eliminating the enemy team. Nomad's kind of flailing around here, trying to get enough people here to support the team. We will see if they're able to do that with the ultimate ability coming out from the Genji on the Nomad side, but we have a couple of ults coming out for the Madison side as well. We'll see if they're able to get this elimination here. Unfortunately, the Genji goes down for the Madison side, but I believe Madison still has a slight advantage here, but the spawn point for the Nomads is quite a bit closer, so they'll be able to get their team numbers back up faster than Madison is able to do so. an extremely close fight here. Madison just needs to hold off a little bit longer so that the rest of their team can get here, but the addition of the Nomad putting in the Tracer is end up taking out their team a little bit too fast, and it looks like they will not be able to get it unless we have the Mercy to stall a little bit more. But no, it looks like they will be stopped right before that last point, unfortunately. But now they just need to stop the Nomads from getting to that same position there. They made it most of the way there, so they have a good chance of stopping them here.
Initiating match.
Alright, now with the Madison team on the defending side, they just have to prevent them from getting to that third checkpoint in order to take this round. It looks like quite a bit of different lineup here from the Madison side. We have Ghost playing the Junkrat character, a very AoE heavy type of character, and then we have Frost moving to Mei, another very good defending champion, able to put down that snowstorm that's able to prevent the enemy from getting to from entering that area for an extended period of time, as well as the wall that she can create to prevent the choke points from being used.
Hanging there.
And we also looks like we have the Baptiste coming out from XP Liam as well. Haven't seen that one in a while. Very powerful with the immortality field, where they are able to prevent any damage to the other side. And as we get going here, the Madison team decides to take the high ground here. Getting that upward advantage, Junkrat is very good from the high ground. Able to lob those grenades from up top is imperative. It looks like the Nomad team actually is getting the advantage here. As we've seen in essentially every round here, the defending team does not have the advantage for this first point here, and most teams end up just giving it up right there and then. Looks like this game will be no exception. Ghost is trying to get a little bit of damage in there while they are getting the point.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
But with the Madison team reconvened, can start to do a little bit more here to stop them. Looks like they get a couple of eliminations on the tank and the damage. Another tank goes down for the Nomads. And it looks like Madison will be taking this team fight for themselves. No reason for them to push up too much further, as they have all the time in the world. They all comes out from the Nomads to get that extra healing in. Not sure if it was really necessary, as Madison is doing a good job of holding the line here with Luigi in the front line. Using that ultimate ability, does not find anyone, it doesn't look like. Looks like the Mercy ends up reviving someone there from the Nomads. And still a very even fight, a 4v4, but an ultimate coming out from that Pharah on the Nomad side gets 3 eliminations. And now Madison needs to regroup and prevent them from getting to this second point here. Okay, you guys can just sit around for the Fortnite stuff, and then you guys will be like right after this stuff, so. Or you can watch the stream, it's up there. It'll be a little delayed, but. Alright, and the Nomads look like they're going to get close to this point, but the ult comes out from the Madison Mercy. From Poison Apple getting that healing in there, but is unable to save the Reinhardt. Just a little bit too much damage coming in there. Plus the healing reduction from the Ana is critical to their success, and it looks like they do get to that second point. They just need to get to that yellow marker in order to win this round here, so the Madison team needs to prevent them from doing so. This next corner is quite difficult for the attacking team as the respawn point for the defenders is so close. So we will see if the Madison team is able to stop them here. Looks like the tanks are going in, trying to get some damage in here to pave a way. Madison needs to get on the point so it doesn't move any further. Will they be able to? Looks like they might be a little bit too preoccupied, but the ultimate comes out from the Diva, gets an elimination there. And Bob, the ultimate from the Ashe, ends up getting a couple eliminations as well, creating a fantastic stop right there. They really waited to the last minute for that one, but no harm, no foul, as they are moving the point ever so slowly backwards, making their stand here. So it looks like the Nomads are trying to regroup here. They get a 1 elimination onto the Baptiste the Healing. And once again, it seems like they had an ult canceled there, and the Nomads just have too many ultimate abilities going on right now for them to be defeated. But the Riptire comes in from, it looks like, Ghost, and he does get a couple of eliminations, but it's just not going to be enough. It does not appear so, as the Franklin team takes this victory as well. A couple of super close battles right there, but the Nomads come out on top this week. We see the play of the game by Ghost as Junkrat. Looks like that very last play where he was able to get those couple of eliminations almost was enough to turn the tide of that fight, but just was not enough as he was eliminated while he was in that ultimate ability.
Thanks for the love.
All right, and as we finish up this last game of the season, we will be right back with our interviewee to get a player insight as to how this game went. welcome back. We have Dreamer here for the interview and the winner of the XP coin this week. Playing the Diva most of the time. What was your favorite play of the game for this week?
I think the last actual play of the game with the Junkrat was really good, and also there was a few good plays from the Pharah on the last game.
Yeah, those ultimates were crazy. I know that Ghost ended up getting a couple of eliminations at the very end there, almost turned the tide of the battle, but just wasn't enough. And that Pharah really does a lot of damage with that the rain down ability.
Definitely.
So, how do you think the team did today? I know you guys lost, but it was extremely close on every single map. You guys got like literally inches away from the end almost every single time.
Yeah, I think we're doing a lot better with being like aggressive and stuff. And yeah, I think we just did a lot better this game.
Yeah, it's a fine line between being too passive and too aggressive, and I think you guys have started to find that good balance as well too. So
yeah.
anyways, that is all for today. We have Fortnite coming up right after this. Just a reminder, we have the Overwatch and also Rocket League tryouts at both Edgewood and also at Code Ninjas Sun Prairie. So make sure to check out xpleague.gg/Wisconsin. All right, welcome everyone. Sorry about the delay. Had a little bit of issues trying to get the stream to work. Still is not 100% perfect, but we are here now watching one of the Madison Marvel's gold team players. We have decided to format this this first scrimmage game as a 4v4 v4, as all of our opponents have not been able to do a scrimmage. So it'll be the Madison Marvel's gold team, the Madison Marvel silver team, and the Madison Magic gold team playing against each other here. In the future, we will have a better form of a stream for you guys, but for now, just a general overview of what happened. They played one match. I believe the Madison Magic ended up winning that game, but we will see how this one turns out here. We can see we are on the custom map that XP League provided for us, a small condensed version of the actual game where the map is only meant to last around 10 or so minutes. So as we get going here, we have just started the second round, and it looks like we have Madison Marvel's number 4 here from the gold team, the Madison Marvel gold team. Alrighty, and we can move across the other time. I will follow this team for the first game, and then we will move to a different team for the second game here. And not too much has happened so far. Looks like the storm will be moving in about 8 seconds, so they are reaching towards the edge here, preparing for the assault when it inevitably moves forward here. And so in Fortnite, one must gain access to a bunch of different resources in order to build all these structures that you're seeing here, making sure that they're getting all of the loot around them. It looks like we have some pretty decent loot on this character. It looks like they have actually gotten into an engagement here at the middle tree here. Looks like one goes down. One gets knocked down by Madison, XBO Madison 14 here. And it looks like he boxed himself in, edited the roof so we can get back up. A lot going on here. And we have the other team actually box themselves in as well, trying to get the high ground here, it seems. Tunneling around, perhaps, trying to get those advantageous shots. It looks like they are right in the middle of a couple of teams here, trying to fight head on head here. Looks like no one has gone down for this team here. Trying to find some shots, line some shots up. Gets a shot there in, I believe. Healing up as he got attacked himself. They have 2 sets of health bars down at the bottom here. Both the shields and then also the health bars as well. Shields go down first, obviously, and then afterwards they go down to the health. And it looks like this team right here keeping in the background, trying not to be seen too much. A lot of building going on, trying to get the high ground. Moving over to the other tower, actually, it looks like. Seeing if they can get a push on the other side, and it looks like they will be. The other team trying to avoid them. Putting up some quick walls there to avoid some fire. Looks like he found his opponent, ended up knocking him out, and will eliminate him from the game. Looks like he is being attacked by the rest of person's team, but his team comes back to help him, and they knock down the next one as well. All right, looks like there is only 5 people left, and I believe 4 of which are from the Madison gold team here. Trying to get this last elimination here. One of their own players gets downed, but it looks like they were able to get that victory royale, and with that, it looks like Team 1, the gold team, was able to get that first win right there. And it looks like a couple of the other teams were missing one person, so they might have not gotten into the match in time. And so while we set up the second game, we will be right back. All right, and we are back once again following the next team here. It looks like one of the players was disconnected, so it'll actually be in even 3v3v3 at this moment. Once again, starting that initial point where they're just trying to collect some materials. Getting that extra amount is all useful, as they're able to use the materials to then build those incredible structures you saw last time here. And looks like we found some decent items here. We have a purple assault rifle, one of the better guns in the game, able to be a jack of all trades, with long range and close range engagements being the strong suit of that one. And getting those shields up. Shields being imperative, bringing your life total up to a maximum of 200, 100 for the health, and then 100 for the shields there. And you can see them both taking those blue jugs in order to get that shield up for the upcoming battle that will inevitably be ensuing here. Alright, looks like he actually found a blue chest here. Usually has some good items here, and it looks like that is the case here. Gets a very good shotgun. Able to incinerate the enemy team as well. Getting those eliminations even easier. From the close range, he has a long range. He is ready for battle here. Has some bandages and the blue thing here. Let's move over to XBL Madison 01. Same sort of story here, a little bit less of impressive loadout here, but nonetheless will most likely use it to great effect in the upcoming battle here. Still getting a little bit more resources. You can see on the UI on the bottom right is where all of his equipment and item is, as well as all of the materials that he has, which is right above that as well. And then down on the bottom left, his health bar, both of them, the shield and the health total, and then we have the top right with the mini map with the amount of players remaining and the time left until the the storm moves in. So underneath the mini-map, the first number is the time until the storm moves in. Second one is the amount of players left. Third is the amount of eliminations for this player. And then the last one is the total time during this match, which has been 2 minutes and 50 seconds so far. Not a whole lot has happened so far. We can see they are under fire. Shots going on from both sides. Destroying some of the structures is imperative so that they cannot hide from them anymore. It looks like 04 is actually going in there, pushing the front here, while we have XPL 01 back here providing the supporting fire. Getting a better shotgun, adding to his arsenal. The rest of his team moving forward. Looks like one of them actually was knocked out by another player. Has to be ghost saved as well. Players are able to revive players if they have just been knocked out. It looks like he has definitely found the person who he is trying to eliminate here. Trying to build, but it's not enough. Goes in with the shotgun, stands no chance, and gets that elimination. And they end up winning once again. And so you see this time a little bit more of a fair fight. 1 elimination each. For Team 2, we had 3 eliminations, then Team 3 ended up getting eliminated there at the end. A lot of assists, but just never got those final shots in. So, as you can see, each round takes very little time, and the rounds start automatically every 90 seconds. So, in the format of an actual game, it will be a best of 5, seeing who is able to win the most rounds, and it'll be a 1 team versus 1 team. Currently, we are doing a 4v3v4, as we do not have any opponents to play against this week, but that will all change next week when we get into the official start date. All right, we're back with the third game here, and following a different team, XPL Madison Magic Gold team this time. Once again, this similar start to the game. Looks like a quick change of settings here. Once again, everyone here getting used to what is going on for these games here. Every setting counts for these players. The sensitivity is custom set for each of the players based on what they're most comfortable with. Some play with controllers, some play with mouse and keyboard. It is all up to the players here at XP Madison. Looks like they got a pretty decent shotgun here. Going to come in useful for those close range combat scenarios, as well as a couple of grenades to get rid of those structures very easily. We saw the other gold team using those structures to great effect, creating those tunnels, creating those towers, and able to get the high ground. It looks like they have a splash potion here that they're planning on using, getting those shields all the way up, topped off, so that they're as healthy as they can be. And it looks like everyone is still here in the game, all 12 still alive, currently just going around collecting resources for that final building phase. Looks like he got the med kit there. Super useful for when they fell extremely low. They are able to revive basically up to full health with that. With the normal health kits, they're only able to get up to 75% of their max health. But with the med kit, are able to get all the way up to that 100% mark. And it looks like this XBL Madison 08 is a little bit far away from their team, has to get back to the rest of them so that they're able to be even in combat here. And it looks like the rest of his team is engaged, still trying to get some of the material. Seems like he has quite a lot, so he just needs to get back to his team. Got to be careful though, wandering out in the open like this is just a recipe for disaster. There is just so many people around this center point where the tree is. Throwing some grenades over here to try to kill some of those structures. As long as you destroy the base of a structure, the rest of it will come tumbling down with it, despite all of the weird physics with Fortnite building. Once you do eliminate all of the structures connecting to the ground, the rest will fall. It looks like he is getting under fire here. A duel between the two. A building comes up, trying to build away so that he is able to take refuge while he heals up some of his shields here to get back up to the top. Coming back with that shotgun that he found before, ends up getting that elimination there. But he is surrounded and he will be eliminated there. Oh, he actually eliminated someone else there, it seems. And this time, team number 2, the gold Magic team, is the winners this time. It looks like no matter who I watch, no matter what team, they are the winners. So I guess we have a lucky streak there. And once again, they just all reset once that happens and go again. And so we will be right back once they start that 4th game now. All right, and we're back once again. This time we are following the silver team. A little bit of underdogs in this matchup here, but good practice nonetheless. Looks like very similar starts here. Ends up getting that shield potion. Going to use it right away as they start with 50 shield already, and so he'll be up to 100 right there. And it looks like he's already super low on health. Not sure how that happened. But he just found the medkit to heal himself up to full, so it looks like his troubles are over in that regard. And The medkit does take quite a long time to use, has to be stationary, so you have to use it out of the line of fire. It looks like he does so successfully, as they most likely went to the opposite ends of the map as the other teams here. And just getting those materials. Metal obviously being the strongest material for them to build stuff out of. Very hard to destroy. And then we have bricks, and then finally wood. Wood being the weakest one out of the bunch. Everyone's heard of the Three Little Pigs, so that should come no surprise to you. And as we get going with this match, finding more resources to go, trying to find the other players. They're getting dangerously close to the middle point here, where all of the players will eventually end up congregating. And it looks like the rest of his team is pretty well off here. Most of them have at least 50% shields. Looks like we have some interesting building going on here. We tab over to one of the other players on the silver team. Looks like they are all sticking together. Practicing some of those edits, very difficult to do. Creating those interesting and important shapes for building, as they give extra or less to cover based on which edit they do. They can create windows, they can create doors, archways, you name it. These kids are amazing at editing and building, as you have seen already in these past couple of games. Looks like his team is getting ready to make an engagement. You see some shots off in the distance. Perhaps they can catch them off guard. See the buildings, they see one getting a few shots in, cutting dangerously low, and ends up getting knocked down here. Move over to the other players, see how they're doing. He has a little bit higher ground, a little bit safer. Although he is becoming under fire, building around him, trying to get some cover. And it looks like they disconnected for a little bit there. So move over to the gold team here. So you can see the other half of it. It looks like the gold magic team is facing off against the silver team at the moment. And it looks like they ended up knocking him down and eliminating him for that final. The last player from the silver team trying to get there, but unfortunately is taken out by XPO Madison 13, or by 08 is the number for this one. And don't worry, in the future we will, once everyone confirms their gamer tags, we'll be able to name them off by the gamer tags instead of our generic names. And it looks like, wow, that was an incredible shot. I think actually got him. Got another shot off, knocks him down, taking out XBL Madison 10 and eliminating him from the game. And so now we just have 5 players left. So it looks like there is 2 from this team, and then perhaps the gold team still has 4 of their players left as we check in on them. Looks like they are actually down a player as well. So I believe there's actually 4 players left, and then the spectator. Looks like this stream is not doing too hot. So we'll move back to Madison 08 on the gold team. Wow, and just in time for that elimination, getting the knockdown and eliminated completely from the game. And so now it's a little bit more even here. We have 2 from the Madison Magic gold team, and then 1 from the Madison Marvels gold team facing off against each other. It looks like the Magic have the advantage here. Looks like he goes down to the bottom, though. Not sure if that was a great plan. I guess they want to find him quickly, and they do. But the ground is dangerous. And it looks like he gets shot once. And they're now trapped together in a box. And it looks like 08 loses, but his teammate comes and does get the elimination there. And so XPL Madison Magic end up winning this round here. A very close battle there, almost clutched up by the last player on the Marvel Gold team. And once again, they have ended here. And I believe they are switching up the teams here just for that added practice, trying to see if we can even out the teams for this practice. While it is extremely important for them to play as a team, We have done a few games like that. Now it's time to switch it up a little bit. And we will be right back after we switch up the teams. Alrighty, back again. And this time, looking at the silver team once again, actually somehow ended up falling and being eliminated there. Not the right place for him to drop in right there. And we'll move over to the Marvel Gold team off on the other side of the map. It looks like they're actually very separated here. And it looks like he might have found someone, although half their team is on one side and half are on the other one. So we'll see how this plays out. They have to reach the other side because having numbers is the advantage here. And if they don't have that, then there will not be a whole lot. And as you can see, able to see the map there as the storm moves in closer. Take a view at this stream as well. Looks like we're spectating XPL Madison 01. See someone around the corner. A whole team actually. Very dangerous situation for him here, although they do have a flank from both sides there. See if they can take advantage of this. Under fire. Quickly builds, trying to get to that high ground. And so one thing to note is that they're only able to edit their own structures. So building a giant structure is always beneficial as you have more control over the map when it is your own structure versus someone else's. So looks like he is trying to get the high ground here. Gets it, ends up getting a couple of shots in, but gets shot himself. Has some refillables, though, to get him back up, topped up with that shield. But it looks like he will be eliminated here. Moving over to XPL Madison 09. Has the high ground on this other opponent. Can he defeat him? It looks like he backs himself in, trying to get in there. Looks like he does, eliminates him, didn't have much health it seemed, and takes him out for the round here. And so it looks like now the opposite is happening, and he ends up getting eliminated right afterwards. And so a trade of lives right there. And then once again, this is a very hot spot, another trade, one after the other. You do not want to be around here, as we have seen it only results in eliminations. And once again, they get eliminated in that small area there. And so as all the teams are mixed up, cannot see who won that one, but it looks like actually the third place team had far too many people on it for that last one. A little bit of a miscommunication on the player side there to get the right teams situated. All right, and I believe with that we will be done for the stream today. They will probably be playing a couple of more games, but with the quality of the stream being as it is, we will allow them to play without streaming their games to us. So with that, we will be back next week better than ever after we iron out all of the kinks, as there are bound to be some at the start of every season. But next week, Evan will be ready to go. It'll be 4v4s against another team from across the nation. I don't know off the top of my head the name of the team that we are playing, but more information about that will come on our Facebook page at XPL Madison. With that, I will say have a good evening to everyone.